host of 7 News in Florida's capital city, covering every corner of the Big Bend. This is the award-winning News 20 at 5 Live.
Our top story this evening, 8 passengers are dead and 10 more critically injured. Hello and welcome to FAMU TV 20 at 5. I'm Breanna Willingham. The Florida Highway Patrol has reported that 8 passengers are dead and 10 more critically injured after a driver of a church van did not stop at a stop sign. The accident happened in Glades County early Monday morning. The van landed in a nearby canal and it is reported that no other vehicles were involved in the accident. The driver was one of 8 passengers who died, and the surviving victims have been transported to local area hospitals. We will have more on this story as it develops. 2 Magnolia School employees are facing charges for not reporting child abuse. Sunshine Jacobs, a middle school math teacher, and Kathleen McGlynn, the school's administrative director, failed to report a sexual abuse allegation by a student that took place at the student's home. The Tallahassee Police Department said that student told the employees about the incident back in January. By law, school employees are to report these incidents to the Florida Department of Children and Families. On March 3rd, an outside party reported the abuse to DCF. The Florida legislation is in full swing and new bills could be falling behind. The Florida legislature is coming up with new ways to restrict abortions in Florida. House Bill 0633 will require a 24-hour waiting period before a woman can get the procedure done. It will make patients take 2 trips to a clinic, one for counseling and the other for the procedure. Another bill, 147, would require abortion clinics to have admission privileges to the hospital within 30 miles of the clinic. Florida American Civil Liberties Union Director Howard Simon speaks out against the bill, saying, "They're written by politicians, not doctors. They're about politics, not women's health." Representative Jennifer Sullivan of Mount Dora supported the bill, saying, "My purpose is to empower women to have 24 hours to be able to reflect on the possible complications of having an abortion or not having one." While the Florida legislature tackles bills, they will also tackle the FCAT and the new potential comprehensive test. Whitney Tolbert has more.
The state of Florida is ready to part ways with the Florida Comprehensive Assessment Test, a mainstay in the state schools for more than a decade. The state of Florida has approved a $220 million 6-year contract with the American Institutes for Research to develop and administer the new test. Florida Department of Education Communications Director Joe Fallock says the new test will be a big step towards measuring students' academics.
Students will be better prepared for the future. They will be graded on these tests on their ability to critically think and analyze and to explain how they arrived at answers rather than just rote memorization. There'll be fewer multiple choice questions, just coloring in A, B, C, or D. There'll be more opportunities for them to demonstrate how they arrived at answers and how they processed the questions and how they think.
The new test, which still does not have a name, is already attracting controversy with teachers, parents, and lawmakers. Parent Donald Brown says the tests are biased towards certain racial backgrounds.
My opinions on the FCAT are, there are pros and cons with everything. As far as taking the FCAT, it does prepare individuals for standardized tests like the ACT and the SAT. But as far as, it is biased towards certain racial background.
The FCAT science test will still be administered to Florida students.
The new tests are largely based upon the Common Core standards and will take place starting spring 2015. For News 20 at 5, I'm Whitney Tolbert.
We will have more information on the new standardized test when made available. The city of Tallahassee agrees that there are not enough spaces left in cemeteries. Only 800 plots are left at the Southside Cemetery, and the other 5 cemeteries in the city are nearly full. The City Commission came together on Wednesday and made a unanimous decision to expand 2 of the cemeteries. The City Commissioners approved of $170,000 to develop Oakland and Southside cemeteries. The expansion will make room for 1,800 new grave sites and will earn the city an estimated $1.8 million. The number of graves can sustain the city for at least 10 years. And coming up next, find out who is replacing Solomon Badger on the FAMU Board of Trustees. Stay tuned. You're watching FAMU News 20 at 5.
Every day, our brave troops and their families stand up for us.
For years, we've asked so much of so few.
Now we have a chance to serve these heroes.
To give time, offer comfort, or lend a hand.
To ease the burden on a military family.
Let's honor their service by volunteering ours.
Welcome back to News 20 at 5. I'm Breanna Willingham. Governor Rick Scott has appointed a new board member of FAMU's Board of Trustees. It has been announced that Solomon Badger has been replaced by Robert Woody. Woody was appointed on Friday, not only for FAMU's Board of Trustees, but for Santa Fe Community College. This will not be Woody's first time serving on the Board of Trustees. Woody once appointed in 1994 and 1998 for Santa Fe. Robert Woody's term as FAMU's Board of Trustees member will run until January 6th of 2020. If you're looking to buy a new home, now's the time to do so. Multimedia journalist Keyshawn Smith is in the field to show how housing market is starting to boom again.
Home sales reached their highest peak in December 2011. Economists say home prices are lower, construction has picked up, and mortgage rates have declined. Tim Shepard of Regions Bank says this is a good time to buy.
We've never probably seen values as low as they are right now within the last 10 or 15 years in Tallahassee. The other thing is that we're in a really low interest rate environment. Market conditions have pushed interest rates to historic lows.
Even though these are historic lows for market conditions, people that are looking to upgrade can get into bigger homes in a better part of town. More homeowners in Tallahassee have been able to own a set of house keys, though the percent of first-time home buyers fell in the last few months. Although the percentage of first-time home buyers declined, Derek Kravitz of the Associated Press says economic conditions that support home sales are getting better. Homeowner Adam Crandall is looking to expand.
We decided we wanted to get someplace with more acreage, and we love this neighborhood. It's got great school zones.
Even though sales have slumped because of foreclosures, now it seems the real estate market is heading towards a sustained recovery. For News 20 at 5, this is Keyshawn Smith.
Thank you, Keyshawn. We'll be right back after the brief break. You're watching News 20 at 5.
I'm training to become a professional wrestler.
I'm going to be a choreographer. I'm studying to be a computer engineer. I'm going to have my own band.
Operation Game. Be everything you want to be. Contact your local Boys and Girls Club for more information.
Everybody just get on the good foot. Get on the good foot. Now, how am I supposed to know?
Remember when imagination could take us anywhere? It still can. Destination Imagination is an extraordinary after-school activity that lets any child experience creativity, teamwork, and problem-solving. Parents and teachers, start a Destination Imagination team and let your child begin the journey of a lifetime.
Welcome back to News 20 at 5. I'm Breanna Willingham with all your sports news. While most kids know their way around monkey bars, two young boys know their way around the high beams and rings in High Bar. Chelsea McDonald reports to us from Gym Force.
Meet Chase Lane and Jeb Ward. These two are not the typical 12-year-olds because they are only two of the three boys in the Southeast region who are going to the National Future Stars Championship.
My coach Nikolai and Coach Jim, they chose me and Jeb to go to Future Stars Colorado. They thought we were ready and we were good.
In October, the best friends qualified for nationals at the regional meet in Atlanta, Georgia. They practice 6 days a week, and they are never scared of trying new somersaults and backflips.
It's just exciting, you know. It's just, it never gets old. There's just new things on and on. For other sports, you know, you just work at it, but the same things, you know. There's just always something new.
This type of positive attitude keeps the boys focused. Their coach Nikolai says that they are a couple of clowns, but these jokesters know when to settle down and work on their skills. Chase and Jeb are ready to conquer nationals. They'll be competing against 45 other boys nationwide. The competition features 9 different events, which include Chase's favorite, the rings, and Jeb's favorite, the high bars. Coach Nikolai has been in their footsteps before. The retired gymnast will be traveling with them to the championship in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
It's a one-day competition, and they go through the normal 6 events.
Gymforce Gymnastics has had a total of 16 people to make it to nationals, including Jeb. This will be his second year going to compete. The boys plan to jump and spring their way to the top. For News 20 at 5, I'm Chelsea McDonald.
Playing sports is productive in getting kids to stay active. To find out how your child can sign up for gymnastics and cheerleading, check out Gymforce's website at www.net. The Florida State football players are not getting as much practice as they hoped. According to FSU Sports Information, the team has had to cancel 2 practices due to a stomach virus. The stomach virus has caused several players to miss practice. The team only has been able to practice 4 of the 6 times they've met. Rob Wilson, the Associate Athletic Director of Communications, says the virus should not affect the spring game. The game will be on April 11th at 2 p.m. at Doak Campbell Stadium. Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5.
Florida A&M University students have explored international cultures while discovering what they can become.
From Hong Kong working as a camp counselor to the Dominican Republic for the Study Abroad program, I discovered my passion for international studies. As Miss FAMU, the university has prepared me to represent my institution in the global market.
Discover what you can become.
Descubrir lo que puede llegar a ser.
Yeah, what she said. For more information about our Study Abroad program, visit discoverfamu.com.
Every day, our brave troops and their families stand up for us.
For years, we've asked so much of so few.
Now we have a chance to serve these heroes.
To give time, offer comfort, or lend a hand.
To ease the burden on a military family.
Let's honor their service by volunteering ours.
Some artists like to paint on canvases, and others choose to paint alongside walls or buildings to send a message. Most consider graffiti vandalism, but artist Paul Rotofsky sees graffiti as a work of art.
There's some, what I would say, really beautiful graffiti in this area, but those are, for the most part, permission walls. The one behind you, the one behind me, and my studio building is also a permission wall. So I proactively try to get young artists involved.
Sometimes the message sent out in graffiti can be tagging by spray painting murals in buildings. Some wonder if the graffiti is a form of expression or rebellion. And that's all the stories we have for today, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Breanna Willingham. See you next time here on FAMU News 20 at 5.
Remember when imagination could take us anywhere? It still can. Destination Imagination is an extraordinary after-school activity that lets any child experience creativity, teamwork, and problem-solving. Parents and teachers, start a Destination Imagination team and let your child begin the journey of a lifetime.